Will the participants on panel A please come to the table? I'm the representative for the Empire State Passengers Association.
Good afternoon. Finance Committee Chair Kruger, Ways and Means Committee Chair Pretlow, and members of the legislative committees who are here today. Thank you for the opportunity to testify on the proposed budget for the Department of Transportation. My name is Steve Strauss, and I am the Executive Director of the Empire State Passengers Association. ESPA is a statewide advocacy organization working on behalf of intercity passenger rail riders for more reliable, more frequent, and faster Amtrak service in New York. For several years, I have been coming to Albany to testify and inform the legislature that the tracks to better Amtrak service in New York run through the state capitol. Under federal law, these are primarily the responsibility of New York State DOT. And in 2025, we saw some evidence of increased DOT interest in implementing our passenger rail improvement program. The replacement of the Livingston Avenue Rail Bridge moved into the construction stage. The governor and the legislature agreed on providing an additional $25 million for project development on the lower end of the Hudson Line. The state is awarding a consultant contract to update our 2009, yes, I said 2009 state rail plan. And at the end of this week, the state will submit a grant application to the Federal Railroad Administration for 2 large passenger rail improvement projects. Yet with all these actions, the department remains under-resourced to implement the rail improvement program at a $500 million to $800 million per year spend level. And that's the level it would take to implement the full plan, which was approved in 2023. The governor's budget requests a 4-person increase in the Design and Construction Bureau at DOT, but provides no information on where these individuals will be assigned. ESPA requests that the legislature provide 10 new positions for the rail program, giving the commissioner the freedom to allocate them as she sees best. We are entering the final year of the department's 5-year capital program. Currently, the department provides you with no schedule of projects for the rail, aviation, and non-MTA transit capital programs. You are funding them rather blindfolded, and this is not good public policy. We all benefit from requiring DOT to provide a program of projects for these modes in the next 5-year capital plan. Upgrading passenger rail service across the state is highly popular. Communities want it, riders want it. Advancing the program will generate good construction and rail industry jobs upstate, followed by additional middle-class jobs at Amtrak. What's missing right now is a stronger commitment from the administration to advance this program. We need your assistance in pressing the commissioner to accelerate the rail program. Thank you for allowing ESPA to testify today. I would be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you.
I want to take a quick question to my good friend, Steve Strauss from the Empire State Passengers Association. You heard some of the testimony throughout the morning around the Empire, or I should say the Hudson line of service between Grand Central and Albany, and the back and forth between Amtrak running that operation versus Metro North. One of the things I questioned the MTA about was the capped fee that Chair Lieber talked about. That. Can you make some comments about your thoughts on running service between these two spaces?
Sure. we, like everyone else, were pretty excited about the idea of having a $38 fare and an unreserved train coming out of Grand Central. Although I sat there and wondered about Fridays and Sundays when there might be standees on a 7-car Metro North train with 3-2 seating at $38 to Rhinecliff, Hudson, and Albany. So it was exciting, but people also forget by bringing the Amtrak service back, the governor was actually able to get a much wider span of service than we have now, and also get rid of the 2 forced layovers here in Albany, Rensselaer. I'll be taking the 740 train back to New York City tonight, which will be, one of those trains will be waiting for an hour and a half at Rensselaer for the Adirondack to arrive. That's had a big effect on ridership on those 2 trains, and it's a negative for upstate New York.
Thank
so
you.
We're glad to get the Amtrak service back.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have your testimony in front of me, and I want to review it later. But I think, Steve, you talked about a plan being brought back for Amtrak, and I just wonder if there's room in that plan, or if anybody considered perhaps that the Amtrak could stop at 125th Street on the west side of Manhattan as it comes in. It passes by, it goes down to Grand Central. It goes down to, 34th Street. And I just wondered if there was any consideration that it could stop uptown for those riders who do come and use that Amtrak and have to go all the way downtown Manhattan only to come back up to come home.
Right. I don't think it's been talked about so much. Well, the question, I guess, would who would build the station? And under the current rules, either New York State DOT would have to build a station for Amtrak, or Metro North would build a station for eventual Hudson Line service into Penn Station, which people have talked about in the past. And that cost could be shared with Amtrak. But someone would have to build a station for that to
Let's
happen.
talk about that. I'd like to have that conversation. And
Thank you all very much.
I believe that concludes this portion of the hearing. Gentlemen, I want to thank you all for your testimonies, and we'll take it all under deep consideration.